Hello and welcome. I'm Raghav and today we will learn how to create first Groovy program, and we will create a program to print hello world on the console output. So this is going to be very easy and very interesting, and we will go very basic step by step, and we will first create a Groovy project, then we will create a Groovy class, and then we will write a code to print hello world. We will run the program. We will also see how to run the program from command line, and we will look at some basic syntax and how to add comments in our Groovy program. So let's get started, and step number one will be we have to create a Groovy project. So I'm going to use Eclipse. You can also use any other IDE or editor. So here in Eclipse I will go to file, new, and here if you get a option to create a Groovy project, here you can select that, or you can go to others. And of course the Groovy plugin should also already be added, and this we have already learned in our earlier sessions. So if I search for Groovy here, you can see we have an option to create a Groovy project. I will say next, and I can give it any name. I will say this is first Groovy project, and here I am also just going to add it to a working set. This is optional, you do not have to do this. This is just because I have categorized my projects into working sets, and that's it. I will just say next and finish, and you can see it has come here, first Groovy project. And if I expand this, you can also see we have Groovy libraries and Groovy DSL support. Now I will go and add a new class. So step number 2 is create a new class. Now you can do this without creating a class and functions. I will show you later, but for now I will go to this src folder, do a right click and go to new, and again go to others, and here again I will search for Groovy and I will select Groovy type. Now in your case, if you are getting a option for Groovy class, you can directly select that. Otherwise you can go to Groovy type, do next, and here you will find kind, and we have to select class. And here you can also give some package name. So I am giving com.test.demo, so it will create a package like that, and I will say this is my first Groovy program and say next. Now here you also have the option to create a main method. I will select this. You can also generate comments, but for now I will leave that and say finish. And you can see here we have our program. So you can see we have this package com.test.demo, which is this one, and then we have my first Groovy program class, and then a main method, and here we can write our code. So now step number 3 will be we have to create, or I will just say write code to print hello world. So for that I will say print, and if I press Ctrl spacebar on my keyboard, you can see we are getting some suggestions for auto completion, and I'm going to use this println, which is from default Groovy methods. So this is what we use in Groovy, and here inside the brackets and inside quotes I'm just going to say hello world and a semicolon at the end, and I will save all of this. And then of course the next step will be run. I have to run this, so I will do a right click and run as. So I'm getting options for Groovy console and Java application. Let me select Java application here, and it says there are some errors. So you can see there is a red cross mark in this class1.groovy. Let me just go here. I don't know how it got created. Let me just get rid of this. I will delete this. I'll say okay, and yes, now it is fine. I will also refresh my project, and I'll try to run this again. Right click, run as Java application, and you can see we are getting the output as hello world. Now if I again do a right click, run as, I should also be getting a option as Groovy script, which I'm not getting. So I will go to run configurations, and here let me see if we have a option for Groovy script, and yes, we have it here. I will select this and click on this new, and here I will give my project name and my class name, which is this, which it has taken automatically, and I will say run. So this should also run as Groovy script, and yes, you can see we have the output. So here now if I go to the run button, here also we have this run command, and if I run this, I'm getting the output here as well. So I'm able to run it from Eclipse, from the IDE. Now I will also try to run it from command line. So I will say run from command line. This is step number 5, and for that what I have to do is I will copy the location of this file, which is my first groovy program.groovy. I can do a right click here, go to properties, and you can see the location here. I can directly open it by clicking on this show in system explorer button, and it is here. So I will copy this location and then go to my command line, and I will change this to change the location to this location where my Groovy script is. So this is in D folder. So first I will say D colon to change it to the D drive, and then I will say CD and the location or the path, and enter, and yes, I have come here. And now to run this, the command is, let me just expand this and show you. The command is Groovy and the name of the file, which is my first Groovy program.groovy, and you can see the output. We are getting hello world here. So this is how you can run this. Also a shortcut to open this in a command line on this location will be, you can just go to this address bar and say cmd and hit enter, and it will open command line on the same location from uh, where you have put the cmd in the address bar, and hit enter. So you can see it is coming here in the test demo folder, and then you can directly run your command, and this should run and print hello world, which is working fine. So we are able to do this, and then the next thing we have to do is we can look at the basic syntax and comments. So here if I go back, so here you can see we have a package definition, then we have a class definition, and then we have a main method, which is the starting point, and we have put our actual statement to print hello world inside this. Now if I remove this semicolon and I try to run this again, I will save this. I will say, I'll just click this run button again, and you can see we are still getting the output. So that means in Groovy, if even if you forget semicolon, that is fine. In Java it will throw an error, but in Groovy you can do that. Even if I do not use these brackets, and I will save and run this again, and you can see we are still getting the output, and we can use double quotes, and I will run this again, and we are still getting an output. Now there is some difference using single quotes and double quotes that I will explain in the coming sessions, but for now you can just see these are the basic things. And here you can have some comments. You can have a single line comment with a forward double forward slash. So this is a single line comment. You can also have multi-line comment using forward slash star, and if you enter, it will end with star and forward slash, and you can just write your multi-line comment here. So you can write your comment in multiple lines, and comments are not considered while executing. So this is not uh, considered as a part of the actual program. So this is something you can write for your own understanding, or for anybody else who is looking at your program, you can provide some comments for easy understanding of the program. So this was about comments. And what if I remove the class from here, and I also remove the function from here? So now you can see this is just a single script to print hello world. What happens if I run this now? So I will try to run this again, and you can see we are getting the output. So in Groovy, you do not need to have a class, a function, and all this. You can directly put your script and you can run this. And if you are using some other editors, you can just directly say println hello world, and it will work fine with Groovy. So these are the some basic things, and this is how you start with Groovy. I hope this session was useful for you. In the next sessions, we are going to go more deeper and look at some more features in basic Groovy programming. I hope all of this was very useful. I will meet you in the next session. Thank you for watching.